Hey guys, I think it's about time they change the name of Smackdown to Suckdown because this show absolutely fucking sucked. Outside of a few segments on the show, Evolution segment was fucking fantastic. I'll get into that once we get to that point. The rest of the show is fucking garbage. Rey Mysterio's match, Shinsuke Nakamura was decent. Nice little main event matchup. But the one thing that really stuck out to me like a sore thumb is the fucking ending to the show. You have a good match that ends, and then you decide to throw Undertaker on there for the last fucking minute. And here's the neat part. They advertised him in the middle of the show, and I didn't even fucking remember he was supposed to show up on this program whatsoever. Tells you one thing what I think about The Undertaker at this point. Motherfucker needs to get lost because I ain't thinking about him. His fucking shit is old and stale, and tonight fucking proved it. This was absolute fucking garbage. 100% unadulterated garbage. I am so sick of watching WWE programming live. I honestly think, guys, this is my last time I'm ever doing a WWE main roster review, television review. I am sick of this shit. It ain't worth my time sitting here for 30 minutes, or a little less than 30 minutes, ranting and raving about how crappy the show actually is. And on top of it, having to sit through the crap garbage that I am not interested in watching because I'm watching it live. The truth of the matter is, I am at the point where I'm just going to watch the show after the show ends, where I could skip through the bullshit and watch what I really want to watch on the show and not watch what I don't want to watch. And that's pretty much it. This last segment of the show really was disgusting. It was this 1000th episode, the 1000th episode of Smackdown. And that's what we got for an ending. Not Undertaker coming out talking about his years of being on SmackDown brand, building it off of being one of the people having that brand built off of his back, alongside with Brock Lesnar for a short period of time. JBL, Booker T, the list goes on and on. Eddie Guerrero, many other guys that have built that brand into something that it is today. And most of all, most importantly, The Rock, who came up with the fucking slogan SmackDown. And yet, that's what we get from The Undertaker to end the show. About Crown Jewel. Another political load of garbage that stood before you. Now, granted, guys, I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave about this for a total of 30 minutes. I've been giving you guys quality reviews, deep in-depth feelings about the show, how I felt about it and everything, and most of them have been positive. I will keep that way for now on. This episode of reviews that I'm doing is done. I am not reviewing main roster episodes ever again. This is absolute garbage. Until I can find something worth reviewing, the majority of the show being good, I am not reviewing it. And the only reason why I'm doing this episode is because, one, it's the 1000th episode of all time of SmackDown, and I was expecting going into this to get some kind of good quality out of it, and yet I got nothing for my troubles. The SmackDown Tag Team titles changed hands tonight, thanks to the Big Show. The fucking Big Show. Really? Why? The Bar couldn't do it on their own, and then they're standing in the middle of the ring with the Big Show with both championships on his shoulders, and them doing an NWO type of pose with the Big Show. What a fucking joke. honestly think there's something severely wrong with this company. It needs to be, I don't know, maybe they need to get off the ganja or whatever kind of fucking drugs they're on. Because really, deep down, I think that this company absolutely sucks dick. My God. Ends the show with Undertaker talking about Crown Jewel and says the 3 same words he said on fucking Monday Night Raw last night. Unbelievable. What else? Oh yeah, Edge. Edge is used as a political propaganda act to pose to the crowd that Becky Lynch is not somebody you should root for. Once again, posing her as a fucking heel. Edge goes on to tell her, you know, you and I have some very similar situations in our careers. When I first came up in WWE, I was a very go-lucky type of guy, doing everything possible right with everyone I knew. And then as time went on, I got very bitter in my life as a performer, and I turned on everybody that cared about me and burned all kind of bridges. And at the end of the day, I ended up being alone talking about my accomplishments instead of being with friends and family to have a way of talking about them with them. Are you fucking kidding me, Edge? They're making you spiel this bullshit. Yeah, you're by yourself, alone, no family, no nothing, and the only person you can talk to about your amazing accomplishments in your career of multi-world championships and Money in the Bank wins is by yourself. Yeah, I'll believe that bullshit. Sure. And excuse me while I throw up in the corner. Because this was complete and utter garbage that only Vince McMahon could even have him say. I felt like Vince McMahon should have just been in the ring talking for Edge. Jesus Christ, what crap. Sitting there having him talk that way with Becky Lynch, acting as if he destroyed his career by being the type of guy, the rated R superstar that we all knew and grew up loving him for. He was a great heel. He got people to hate on him. He was one of the best heels in fucking professional wrestling. I mean, he ain't the number one best heel of all time, but damn, he sure as hell is up there. I used to remember me and my friend, Matthew, longtime friend for 15 plus years, he used to hate Edge. I used to, at a certain point, I got to like Edge as a heel wrestler. But bottom line, this was downright disgusting. Because if you truly look at it, Becky Lynch is playing the role of what Edge played. And if you think about it, looking at Edge's career, every time he got up to the main part, he looked like he was going to be a main roster player, a main eventer player. He looked like he was going to get a big push. He ended up having injuries happen to him. When he split up with Christian, he started getting big. And you could tell on Smackdown, if you watch the 2002 episodes, which I watch from time to time, because I'm so fucking sick of the main the main roster's modern day era of wrestling being so shitty. And I watch SmackDown and Raw events chronologically. I'm in 2002 episodes. And seeing Edge on SmackDown, I definitely could see why he was definitely a guy that looked like they were pushing as a main eventer at some point. And unfortunately, injuries kept holding him back. And when he came back, he became a dick. And he had to. Because that was the way of getting him over. I mean, he was great as a face, believable as fuck, but when he came back, he just didn't have any kind of momentum as a face. So coming back as a heel was probably the best thing for him. And he excelled as that character. But this segment with him was god-awful. I mean, his acting was awesome. I have no problem with his acting skills. He seemed sincere in the way his tone was. But I could tell it was through a fucking load of bullshit that Vince McMahon fed him to say. It wasn't genuine. It didn't feel realistic. It felt fucking forced and retarded. Which is everything that WWE does. I mean, come on. Honestly, guys, honestly, if you can sit through this and literally feel that that was genuine through that entire segment, get off of whatever drugs Vince McMahon's giving you. Because bottom line is, you're smoking up the wrong tree. That's pretty much all I have to say on that. Bottom line. Miz and Rusev, what can I say about that match? A fucking joke. A match that had the potential to be a 3 to 4 star classic matchup on Smackdown for a qualifying match. I mean, granted, you want to have Aiden English get involved in the match? Okay, fine. But at least give them at least 10 minutes, close to that. Gives him 3 minutes. Why didn't you get Jamal and Rosie? Well, Jamal, formerly known as Umaga, is not around anymore. But dig up Rosie if he's still alive. I don't know if he is. Don't get mad at me if I don't know if he's alive or dead. But if he is, great. Dig him up in another schlub that you could bring up from out of nowhere and have him get involved for 3 minutes. I mean, I don't know. But this was a matchup that could have been really good. I mean, I knew Rusev was going to lose, but at the end of the day, why not give the guy an opportunity to display his skills in the ring with Miz? We don't get that. Miz wins with a cheap roll-up pin. 1, 2, 3. Gets the victory, over and done with. Whoa! Whoop-de-fucking-do! Well, thanks a lot, Aiden English, for fucking that match up. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan tag team against the Usos. They lose this matchup against the Usos. Alright. Kind of fucking retarded, but okay. Evolution was the best segment on the entire show. And I'll tell you why. You got a genuine, heartfelt statement made by Batista. And at the end of that statement, from the segment, you got Batista hinting, and I mean hinting, and by Triple H's expression, it looks like they might be pushing the idea of Batista versus Triple H one-on-one and giving Triple H his very first win over Batista. I honestly think this is going to happen. I think we're going to see Batista in the ring again. Unfortunately, losing to Triple H, but this is what Batista wanted. He wanted to make a comeback into the ring and lose to Triple H for the first time. This is his idea, not anyone else's. I've read information about this on NoDQ.com and many other different articles. Batista's saying he wanted to come back to WWE to face Triple H in a one-on-one matchup, final match that he would ever have, and be the guy to lose to Triple H, giving Triple H his first win over Batista in history of their series of matches. So, honestly, that could possibly happen, especially with the comment that was made at the end of that segment and how Triple H's facial expression was. He truly looked like he was happy where he was. Honestly, I miss the shit out of Batista. He may be a muscle-bound freak. He may not be a guy that can go ahead and do a lot of lucha libre type maneuvers or fight like AJ Styles or Kenny Omega or Seth Rollins. But the guy's a freaking powerhouse wrestler that's entertaining as fuck. And when he hits somebody, he hits them fucking hard. So, I like that about Batista, and I miss Batista a lot, and I think what they did to Batista was downright horrible. unbelievably horrible what they did to Batista in 2014. So, him being back, him making some kind of announcement and hinting maybe a matchup between him and Triple H, I definitely can see happening. I don't want this matchup to happen at WrestleMania, though. Maybe they got a big matchup they do at the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's going to happen in the Phoenix, Arizona's stadium where the Arizona Cardinals play and whatnot. They might do a match there. Something of that kind of nature. I hope it's not WrestleMania, but more than likely, based on the schedule, this matchup is going to take place where they're taking it in a stadium or some shit like that. So, more than likely, probably will be WrestleMania 35, but hopefully maybe they'll do something in between there to give us a matchup between these guys at a big Fight Field stage or some shit like that. Ric Flair was there. Okay. Triple H made a few comments, and Randy Orton really insulted all three members of of Evolution with him, which I thought was kind of fucked up. But whatever and what have you. He was just promoting his character and what he's doing on modern day television, so that's understandable. The rest of the show, I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Mysterio closing out the show with that matchup was good, but then having The Undertaker close it out officially, garbage. Just fucking garbage. I really have nothing to say on this show. This show was just... I mean, a match here or there was good, but the rest of the show was just crap. The only thing useful was Batista's statement that he made and Evolution's little segment. Other than that, the rest of the show, I honestly feel like it could have been missed. It wasn't even noteworthy. It was not even the level of what Raw's 1000th episode was like. I mean, if you go back to 2012, I mean, you got CM Punk defending the WWE Championship against John Cena, and The Rock making a special appearance and even doing a little physical action against Big Show. You had Triple H and Brock Lesnar setting up a matchup at SummerSlam. I mean, you had all kinds of big stuff that happened during this show, and we got this, which just felt like a regular, ordinary SmackDown episode with a couple of big names that used to be on SmackDown and helped build it, and that's it. And a good match here or there, and that's all. Nothing, no big feel, nothing. It's just, let's throw a bunch of shit in, say a couple of good things here and there, and that's it. That's your show. Fuck you, WWE. Fuck your company. And fuck this bullshit. I'd rather go ahead and stream it online after the show's over and go ahead and be able to skip some of the shit that I'm not interested in watching and watch the things that I care about watching. And that's it. If the shows get progressively better, I'll start watching it live again. Otherwise, I really don't care if I missed the show or not. It's very sad because if I ever missed a WWE show live, I get pissed. Nowadays, I don't give a flying fuck because they don't care. So why should I? I'm not going to get bent over shit like this anymore. This is the last episode I'm ever doing of a review on SmackDown or Raw until I see fit that I should go back to doing this again. And I've done this a million times before, and I try to get through these things, but I'm not getting paid to do these reviews for you guys. I don't even hardly get enough views on these fucking videos. So why the fuck should I torture myself like these other creators do when they're making dollars, and this is basically almost their job full-time. At least some of them are full-time. Some of them do it part-time with a real job on the side. I'm not getting paid for this shit. So I'm not going to sit through this crap and make myself miserable on top of it. I will give you guys positive reviews on some things that might be shit in those positive reviews that I do. So if I can't get good and bad, and I just get mostly bad, I'm not fucking reviewing it. And I'm not going to sit through it either. There's no fucking reason for me to do that shit. So, I'm not torturing myself anymore. I don't get paid for it. I'm not fucking doing it. What the hell do I care to torture myself and watch garbage television? There's no reason for me to. Leave that for guys like JD from New York 206. He's making money off of this shit. Congrats to him. Congratulations to him. Because even though he's sitting through a nauseating show week after week like Raw and Smackdown, he is at least getting paid for doing it. I'm not getting paid to watch this shit. So what the fuck do I care? I don't. And I'm not going to torture myself anymore. So, yeah. People that get paid to go ahead and do reviews on these shows, they have a reason to watch this shit. They're getting paid by the YouTube channel to do what they do. Just like I do, only I'm not getting paid by YouTube. And I don't have enough views for that shit. So there ain't no reason for me to torture myself and waste hours at a time watching garbage television. Anyway, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great night. And hit the like button if you liked the video. Bye, guys.